So I've got the fire alarm system in this garage. This is all good. I've got the panel, the pull stations, the smokes, the heats, sprinkler, all that sort of stuff. And then I've also got it in the house. I've got the panel, the pulls, the smokes, the heats, the alarms. But then you see the big problem here is my car. This thing sucks. So today we're gonna fix that. We're gonna get a proper system into this car. Parking brake's on. It's harder to drive with the parking brake on. What are we gonna break this time? Oh, that's pretty close. Good thing we got Pro Driver here. Oh, that's really close. That mirror's already broken. I got hit by a drunk lady, so it's okay. But that one's still good. So I need to not break that one. Oh, just like this! Okay, so there's some devices that make up every fire alarm system. First, every system needs a panel, so we gotta pick conventional or addressable. But it's 2024. Every new system's gotta be addressable, so I think that's what we gotta put in. Every system has automatic detection. So in this case, we're gonna do some smoke detectors and heat detectors. But it's also always good to have manual devices in case you need to manually evacuate the area. So in that case, we need pull stations, but this is a full-size SUV, so you can have quite a few occupants in there. So I think we probably need at least 2 for the front and back. Also, notification devices. This is Canada, so I think we gotta go with a 10-inch bell. Get our devices and get this install started. Boeing. Okay, panel. So we already decided we need a bell, which I've got one of those right here. I think this nice 10-inch bell, that will be good. I think because it's a car, one smoke detector would probably be good. So we're gonna take one of these guys, Notifier FSP 851. I think we need at least 2 pull stations, one for the front, one for the back. So we'll take 1 and 2 pull stations. So now a very common place for fire in a vehicle would be your engine bay. However, an engine bay is a harsh environment with high temperatures, low temperatures, as well as wind and rain and water. So usually in a case like that, that's where I'd use a conventional device. So for that, we're going to put in a good old system sensor heat detector. But it's normal for it to get hot. So for a place like that, that's where I'd put a high temperature detector. So we'll add that to what we need. However, because we're going to be installing an addressable system, in order to monitor that conventional device, we need what's known as a monitor module. So one of these guys right here, that'll work. Except that's a dual monitor module. There we go. There's a single monitor module. Add that to the system. And of course, no system's complete without a panel. This is the AFP 200 by Notifier. And to power it all, I've got the EcoFlow battery here. So this is good because it will supply AC to the panel. And when the car is on, it will be charging my battery back up. And in case that fails, we'll go ahead and put some battery backup in our fire alarm panel itself. Okay, so right here we've got the main components I'm going to need for the fire alarm system. However, when you're sitting in the driver's seat, as I currently am, you can see that the current placement of the devices is not only not protecting the interior of the car, but it is harmful to the driver's vision. So because of that, we are going to need to be installing these devices inside the car. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is find a location and mount our control panel, which I'm thinking somewhere in the back of the car would work well. So essentially, this is going to be the rough-in stage. I think if we put the panel right about here, alright, there we go. That leaves the panel in a good accessible location. So now with the panel mounted here, we're going to start working on our devices. So this is where my bed goes when I'm using this as a camper, so no one will exit that door. However, there's no middle row, but the back row is still here. So we need a manual activation point should somebody in the back of the vehicle need to activate the system. So we need to install this pull station here. So I think an appropriate location for that would be somewhere where it's easily accessible on the exit path for someone, which in this case would be right here by this light switch. Yeah, that would be good. All right, let's do it. Alright, that's perfect. Now it's true that usually we would have to be mounting these devices on boxes. However, that's in buildings, and this is a driving building, so the Canadian code standards don't have much to cover these sort of things. So now the front pull station that I'm going to get to once we wire it up, let's mount our main cabin smoke detector. For this device, we have a great spot on the ceiling to mount it to right here. Alright, so then our detector. Oh yeah, that's gonna work good there. Now for our bell, I've got to take the gong off first, which is actually on there really tight. There we go. So I'm gonna mount the bell up right here. I've got a good spot where it won't be in the way. You know, it's going to be a little bit floppy. Okay, I actually got it secured where it's no longer floppy. Next, our monitor module. I've got it mounted backwards, but that's fine, we don't really care. Okay, next, our under hood heat detector. Alright, I've got this hooked up right here, so that should be all good. Alright, now we gotta start wiring this thing up. So this was easy. I just ran the SLC around. We only had a few devices, and because the system's so small, I did T-tap. As it's a small space, it wouldn't make it difficult to troubleshoot, so one little SLC around. Okay, so the wiring is all done. I've got SLC NAC wired in, that pull station's hooked up, monitor module, our bell. Dang it, I forgot the detector. I'm not done. Okay, I've now got that guy wired up. We've got our front pull station wired and mounted. And our engine bay heat detector is also all hooked up and ready to go, resistors in place. So now we gotta get our backup batteries in the panel and program it. So we'll open up our panel. There's one. There's two. Didn't know that these guys would power up off battery, but okay. So let's bring our actual power supply out here. Plug our panel into this guy. There we go. Okay, so now it's time to program up our system here. So first things first, we're going to go into programming mode. And we're going to do an auto program, and we're going to see if it finds our devices, which hopefully it will. Okay, so detector number 2 not answering. Yeah, we'll delete that one. Okay, so module number 9, that's coming up. That's going to be a pull station. And we have module number 38, that's our heat detector under the hood. Program that in. Okay, so detectors 1, modules 3, that's good. But we need to adjust our panel circuits. So yeah, I'm going to go to, I believe this is point program, modify point. This will be a bell circuit. So star number, this will be 1, enter. So we have this set to 98, so that's our special function, so that's good. And now we're going to go to system, so number 7. Guess that's not what we're going to. I think it, okay, my bad. 6, special functions. So 98 is coding, so 98, and we currently have that set to temporal. So you know what? I think that's good. So there we go. We got a normal system. Okay, so if we take a look in here, we've got system normal. We've got our devices polling. So I think we should give our system a little test. Okay, that device was good. Let's check our front door pull. That guy's good. Reset that guy. Let's do a magnet test on our detector. Maybe it won't let me. Okay, well, instead I'll do a test with real smoke. Alright, that guy's good too. As for the high temp detector, I can only really do a test by shorting it because it's fixed temp. So I'm going to short the monitor module. And that guy's good too. So let's go for a system reset. It re-alarmed. I guess we'll have to wait a little bit for that detector to clear. Anyways guys, that's going to be it for this one. That is my car fire alarm system install. So this much improves the fire safety in the car with various types of detection. And if something goes bad and one of the passengers and we see it, can quickly get the pull station and, you know, open the doors, jump out, and yeah, it's a good upgrade for sure. So if you enjoyed this one, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave those down below. And if you do enjoy the channel, make sure to subscribe. Also, if you're interested, I do have an Instagram account. I've got 2 of them. I got my Nick Systems and Electric and my Nick's Planes and Aviation account. So if you're interested, check those out. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching.